Iowa Senator Joni Ernst joins us now. Senator, do you agree with Trump? Is this rewarding Hamas?
Thank you, Stuart. And absolutely, I agree with President Trump. By recognizing a Palestinian state, you are rewarding Hamas for the murder, the rape, the pillaging that happened on October 7th. So I would say that the president is spot on. I would also agree with some of our Arab partners like the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and Egypt in their call for Hamas to drop their arms. It is time to end this conflict. Hamas should go quietly into the night. We should regain control of that area and make sure those hostages are released.
Got it. Change the subject a moment here. As the Senate DOGE caucus chair, and that's who you are, you're leading the charge against over-budget federal projects. I just want to know, how many projects have you found that are over budget by $1 billion or more, or are more than 5 years delayed? How many projects you got in mind?
Yes, well, we just released a report this week identifying 13 of those projects. Now, mind you, Stuart, there are many, many more projects that are $1 billion over budget, 5 years behind schedule. But in this report this week, we identified 13 of those, one of those including the high-speed rail project in California, other various transportation projects. But out of those 13 projects, they are over $160 billion over budget combined. If you just take 5 of those projects, put them together, you have over $9 billion of what the last rescissions package was. So we're talking about a lot of money in these projects, and yet the federal taxpayers keep footing the bill for them. They seem endless. So what I have done, I have a bill that was just passed through our Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs Committee that would require the federal government to identify those boondoggles, $1 billion over budget, 5 years behind schedule, and publicize those so the public knows exactly these, like I described them, these boondoggles, and then we can make the decision as Congress whether to continue funding them or not.
Senate Democrats claim that Trump's efforts to cut down the federal workforce have led to $21 billion worth of government waste. However, the director of the Office of Personnel Management Director, that's Scott Cupor, he responded to that on this program just moments ago. Watch this, please.
The last administration, basically, they grew this workforce by about 20%. So even though these, obviously, it's always hard when you make cuts, we're really talking about right-sizing the government to roughly where it was when President Trump left office last time. In a normal work environment, as you know, if people aren't performing the way that we want them to, there are mechanisms that employers can use to ultimately kind of remove those people from the workforce. In the federal government, it takes forever to actually try to remove even people who are underperforming.
Nonetheless, Senator, Cupor said they're going to cut 300,000 federal jobs. I've never seen anything like that before, have you?
I'm sorry, Stuart. Yes. So as we go back, and I've looked through this for many, many years, and yes, we can accomplish this. There are 154,000 employees that are currently on leave until they end their time at the federal government on September 30th. So we're paying those salaries, but those positions will be eliminated come September 30th into the new fiscal year on October 1st. This is a way to eliminate jobs. What I found earlier this year in an out-of-office report that I released was that only 6% of those federal bureaucrats that were telework eligible were actually showing up at the office 5 days a week. And we know how the telework was going. Many of those employees simply were not working. They were unresponsive to constituents. They were unresponsive to the agencies that employed them. So I think this is an important step forward. So while the Democrats may be grumbling about it, it absolutely is the right thing to do.
Got it. Thanks very much for joining us, Senator. Always a pleasure.
Always.
See you again soon.
Thanks, Stuart.